Time is our fifth unit of this term. In this class, let us recall some topics of time which we have studied in the last class. We express the time in terms of AM and PM relates to 24-hour clock with respect 12-hour clock. Time. Now children, let's recall about the topic time which we have studied in the last class. Time is the ongoing sequence of events taking place, the past, present and future. There are 60 seconds in 1 minute, 60 minutes in 1 hour, 24 hours in 1 day, 7 days in 1 week, 52 weeks in 1 year, 12 months makes a year, 365 days in 1 year. If it is leap year, the number of days are 366. 4 seasons in 1 year. Now children, a clock in general has 12 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It has 3 hands, minute hand, hour hand, second hand. The hour hand, the shorter hand of the given 3 hands, completes 1 rotation in 12 hours. The minute hand, the longer hand, completes 1 rotation in 60 minutes. The hand that moves around the fastest on a clock. It shows the number of seconds. There are 60 seconds in a full rotation of 1 minute. How to read the time? Quarter past 12, 12:15, half past 12, 12:30, quarter to 1, 12:45. A clock can be broken down into quarters. Each quarter of a clock is 15 minutes. So, we know that when the big hand of the clock hits 3, that is quarter past the hour. Here the time can be read as quarter past 2. When the big hand hits the 6, it is halfway around the clock, which makes it half past the hour. And here we can read as half past 2. When the big hand hits the 9, it means there is a quarter of the clock to the next hour. It can be read as quarter to 3. Express the time in terms of AM and PM. Children, see the 2 pictures. In the pictures, both the clock shows 9 o'clock only. But in the first picture, the boy wakes up because it is morning. While in the next picture, the boy sleeps because it is night. So, 9 o'clock in the morning is represented by 9 AM and 9 o'clock in the night is denoted by 9 PM. What is AM and PM? AM means before midday and PM means after midday. The full form of AM is ante-meridiem and the full form of PM is post-meridiem. So, bear it in mind that always morning hours are denoted by AM, while afternoon and evening hours till midnight 12 o'clock are denoted by PM. Now students, I am going to show you a clear-cut classification between AM, ante-meridiem, and PM, post-meridiem. So students, here from midnight 12 o'clock to noon 12 o'clock, the time is denoted by AM. And from 12 noon to midnight 12, the time duration and the time is denoted by PM. What about 12 noon and midnight 12? Noon is actually 12 o'clock. It is denoted by AM. And midnight 12 o'clock is denoted by PM. Now children, let us see some problems from your textbook, page number 33. Write the time using AM or PM. The first question is 8 o'clock in the morning. So morning, the word morning represents AM. So the answer is 8:00 AM. Question 2. 4 o'clock in the evening. What it means? Evening. Evening represents PM. So the answer is 4 PM. Question number 3. 10 o'clock in the night. So the night, the word night is given. It represents PM. So the answer is 10 PM. Question number 4. 5 hours after noon. So children, we know that the time between noon and midnight 12 represented by post meridian, that is PM. So 5 hours after noon will be PM. So the answer is 5 PM. Fifth question. 3 hours before noon. We know that midnight, from midnight 12 o'clock to noon, we can write AM. So before noon, it represents AM. So the answer is 9 AM. So children, noon represents 12 o'clock. That is 12 PM. So before 3 hours, it means that we have to subtract 3 from 12. That is 12 minus 3 is 9. And the signifier here is AM. So answer is 9 AM. Try these. The children are playing in the evening. So, is this AM or PM? Yes, PM. Because the word evening represents PM. The kids are having their lunch. Here, the signifier is AM or PM. Lunch, which represents afternoon, that is PM. Let us see the other example. Sheila went to school early every morning. Morning, which represents AM. The next one is, every evening Radha has the practice of studying. So students, is this AM or PM? Yes, it is PM because the word evening represents PM. Sheila went to bed at night. So, children, night represents PM. Sheila wakes up earlier at morning. So, it is given that morning, the word morning, it represents AM. Relates to 24-hour clock with respect to 12-hour clock. So here the clock represents 24-hour clock. Is the most commonly used in time notation in the world. Did you see the display of the time in railways? In 24-hour clock, midnight to noon represent as 00 to 11:59. From 12 to 23:59 represents noon to midnight. In the 24-hour clock, we can't represent AM or PM. Converting 24-hour time to 12-hour time. So, children, I have given 4 important notes. The first one is add 12 to 00 to 00:59 and include AM. That is, in 24-hour time, midnight is signified as 00. So, for midnight hour, add 12 and add signifier AM. Okay, that is, for example, 00:13 in 24-hour time is given. So, here we are going to convert this into a 12-hour time. So, for that, we have to add 12 to 00, and for the minute, leave as it is. Don't change the minute digits. So, there is no change in minutes. So, the time is 12 hours 13 minutes. AM, which represents the signifier AM. The second note is include the signifier AM for times between 1 and 11:59. So, students, here we are converting railway times, that is 24-hour times, to 12-hour times. So, for that, in railway hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, from 1 to 11 represents morning time, isn't it? So, for morning time, we are going to put AM and there is no changes in the hour time. And also, don't put the 0 before the hour representation. So, for example, 0100 can be written as 1:00 AM. The third note is add the signifier PM for 12 to 12:59. So, from 12 o'clock to 12:59, we can write the time as it is and just add PM signifier in 12-hour time. The fourth note is subtract 12 to 13 to 23:59 and include PM. So in 24-hour clock, 13 from 13 to 23:59 represents PM, that is afternoon. Afternoon 1 o'clock to midnight 23:59 represents PM. And here in 24-hour time we are supposed to subtract 12 from this time. So that is 13. From 13 subtract 12, we get 1. And 1 PM. Write down PM. So students, listen carefully. From 13 to 23:59 in 24-hour clock is given. And to convert this into a 12-hour clock, we have to subtract 12 and include PM. Now, changing 12-hour time to 24-hour time. Use 000 to signify midnight in 24-hour time. So, students, in 12-hour time, AM is given. So, in 24-hour time, we can't write AM. That is, 24-hour clock does not have AM or PM. So, students, take out AM. And here, 12 in 12-hour time represents 00 in 24-hour time. So, instead of 12, we can write 00, and there is no changes in minutes. So, the answer is 00:30 and leave the signifier AM. So, 00:30 in 24-hour time is the representation of time in 24-hour time. Second notice, eliminate AM for the hours between 1 and 11:59 AM. Changing the hours between midnight and noon from 12-hour time to 24-hour time is super simple. All you have to do is take away the AM signifier. If the hour number is a single digit, add a leading 0. Okay, so take away the signifier AM and add 0. Add a leading 0 if the hour digit is a single digit. Third note, leave the noon hour as is but remove PM. So, children, you don't need to do anything to change 12 PM to 12 in 24-hour time except for eliminate the PM signifier. Fourth note, add 12 to the hours between 1 and 11:59 PM and eliminate PM. For the afternoon, evening and midnight hours. For the afternoon, evening and night hours, simply add 12 to the 12-hour time to convert it to 24-hour time. Also eliminate PM. Important note, to change time to 12-hour clock, just subtract 12 from the hour. Second note, to change time to 24-hour clock, just add 12 to the hour. Dear students, in the next class, we shall solve problems related to this concept. Now, children, try the following activities. See the picture and find whether it is AM or PM. Mohan has cereal for breakfast. I play football in the evening. We watched a scary movie last night. I got to school early every morning. The sun rises in the morning. The sun sets in the evening. Sometimes I wake up at midnight.